Yeah? These are important people.
It's like, holy cow. It's different than anything I've expected.
Because you know this is where you have to be to get things done.
This is about lifting up and inspiring people who are doing extraordinary things. Well, this is called the Center for Native American Youth. It's a nonprofit I created when I left the United States Senate. We're doing youth summits. We're engaged with thousands of Indian children across this country. One of the programs that we do that I think is so important is called the Champions for Change program. But I'm also determined that you and I together will lift up and celebrate and inspire the good news that comes from these 5 champions. Thank you very much.
My name is Sam Schimmel.
My name is Faith.
My name's Cal Francis Jr.
My name is Nancy Dearturney.
My name is Mariah Gladstone. I'm 23 years old and I'm from the Blackfeet Nation of Montana. My project deals with combating the colonization of our diets by getting people excited about food sovereignty and ancestral foods via an online YouTube cooking show that helps re-indigenize our diets.
Today we'll be making a pre-contact meal using indigenous foods found on the North American continent.
It's predicted that 1 in every 2 natives that's being born today will develop diabetes in their lifetime. That's a horrifying statistic. My goal is always to get people excited about delicious and healthy food.
The day that we have what we call Capitol Hill Day, these kids come to town and they go to Capitol Hill and they meet with their senator, their congressman, and they say, look, here's who we are, here's what we do. And so we prepare them to go up and tell the story of what the Champions for Change program is for them, what it means for their friends out on their reservation that they're helping.
I have, a quenchless hope, an indestructible belief that we're headed towards better times if we make times better.
The Center for Native American Youth, he had us do role-playing with, so if we were meeting with Senator Murkowski, he'd be like, all right, you're Senator Murkowski, you're her legislative aide, and you be you. Give your pitch. And then he would have them have a totally different reaction each time. My name is Sam Schimmel, I'm 16 years old. I am St. Lawrence Island Yupik and Kenaitze Indian in Alaska. The issue in Alaska that I'm facing is the effects of climate change on our culture and what it's doing to our children and our native peoples.
And I was able to ask all of my representatives, what can I do at home to help you here? And it shook them because they're not used to being asked those questions. But if it wasn't for the advocacy training, I wouldn't have known I can ask those questions. My name is Nancy Dearturney. I am 22 years old from Okemah, Oklahoma, and I represent the Muskogee Creek Nation. The main issue that I brought with me to DC this week has been about cultural revitalization, but also issues facing Indigenous women. So while in the meetings, I had the opportunity to bring up what's going on back home in other communities across the nation.
I don't need to tell you that the times have really changed. We're in a divided nation, and these Native youth are really the ones who are helping change that conversation because of the positive things they're doing.
My name's Carol Francis Jr. People usually call me CJ. I'm 15 years old, and I'm from the Passamaquoddy tribe in Down East Maine.
My event was called Honoring My Elders, because they're one of my top priorities, healthcare and my elders.
So I think it's definitely important more people know about this healthcare issue because it could save lives. I had a great experience with Senator Susan Collins and Senator Angus King. I'm glad they represent not only my tribe, but the state of Maine. That day was honestly the best. It really was. I felt like I got my issue to them.
My name is Faith Holion. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Coyote Canyon, New Mexico, and I am a member of the Navajo Nation. I'm focusing on suicide awareness and prevention using a social media campaign called Code Purple. One of my biggest focuses are on teen suicide awareness through youth communication and being there for one another. So far, we've saved 5 lives.
I actually am leaving DC feeling more accomplished than I ever have before. Every time I come to DC, I feel more empowered and just ready to go home and continue my work and try and make my differences.